I'm a BBC Radio 2 announcer. Thank you. As a senior BBC Radio 2 announcer... Thank you. As a senior BBC Radio 2 announcer, my vast experience, which spans a great many years of loyal service to the corporation, is held in the very highest esteem by my colleagues.
Get off, you bum!
Because of my experience and expertise, I am very often called upon to perform other and important duties.
Cup of tea and an ham sandwich, cook.
Eat hearty.
Tart.
Thank you. I'm not given to bouts of temperament. I'm a professional BBC Radio 2 announcer, and... Thank you. As I'm not given to fits of temperament, I'm the only member of the staff with the nerve to say, welcome to Jimmy's Cricket Team, starring Jimmy Cricket.
Oh, that poor announcer. He must have fallen hard times to allow himself to be humiliated like that. Thank you.
Hey, that's mine.
Sorry.
Thank you, Governor.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm really excited. I've never felt so honoured and excited since the Variety Club of Great Britain gave a luncheon to thank me for my services to show business. It wasn't a proper luncheon. A man called at our house and shouted,
"Well done!"
and shoved a sausage roll through the letterbox. Now, I'm excited because, well, he's in this country at the start of his nationwide tour, and he has actually agreed to appear on this show. I can't believe it. This show. This great man. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest opera singers of all time, the one and only Luciano Pavarotti. Senior Pavarotti, on behalf of our studio audience and all those listening at home, I must thank you most sincerely for interrupting your very busy schedule to appear on our show. Without doubt, you are one of the most popular opera singers that your country has ever produced. And you're about to start on a tour of the UK? You appear to have as much affection for this country as you have for your native Italy. As I remember, the last time you sang in this country, in Hyde Park, the weather wasn't very kind to you.
Would you mind repeating that? Because my English isn't all that good with me being an Italian.
When you sang in Hyde Park last, the weather was dreadful.
Aye, it chucked it down that night.
Where do you begin your tour of the UK, Senior Pavarotti? The Royal Festival Hall?
British Legion, Accrington.
With the full London Symphony Orchestra?
Nellie Clegwell.
Nellie Clegwell?
Accordion.
Accordion? Well, I would have thought that a singer of your reputation would need a full symphony orchestra with...
Have you seen the size of the British Legion, Accrington?
Don't suppose it's all that big?
Nellie Clegwell, accordion.
And no doubt you'll be singing that aria we all associate with you. One of the most beautiful, most moving arias ever written. I'm sure you know the one I mean.
Maison Dorma.
Maison Dormat? Look, just one moment. You must think I've fallen off the back of a turnip wagon. Well, you don't look like Pavarotti. You don't even sound like... The truth is, you are not, N-O-T, not Luciano Pavarotti.
I can't think what's led you to that conclusion.
The British Legion, Accrington, Nellie Clegwell on the accordion, Maison Dormat. You're definitely not Pavarotti.
Right. Have a look what's written on this piece of paper.
I don't believe that you're...
Just read what's written on this piece of paper.
Very well. This is to certify that our Wally is Luciano Pavarotti. Signed, Mother.
Satisfied?
No doubt in my mind after reading that.
Wish you were all as daft as you. I'd make a fortune. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Professor Mesmo, magical man of mystery.
Good evening. Could I have the assistance of a lady or gentleman from the audience?
Hello.
Am I right in saying that you are a lady or gentleman from the audience?
You are right in saying that I'm a lady or gentleman from the audience.
Am I right in saying that we've never met before?
You are right in saying that we have never met before. And don't be late home, your mother's left a stew on.
I would like you to meet my charming assistant, Babette.
Hello. It is a delight to be working with you, monsieur.
My charming assistant, Babette, will now show you that the inside of the cabinet is completely empty. Inside the cabinet, if you please.
I am now stepping inside the cabinet.
Would you kindly tell the ladies and gentlemen that the inside of the cabinet is empty?
I'm afraid I cannot do that.
Why not?
Because the charming Babette is in here with me.
Babette, are you at it again?
No, but I will be in a minute.
Come out of that cabinet at once.
You can get lost. This is the first time I've had a man on my own in the dark like this in years. Oh, he's a cracker, a right belter. Rugged he is, rugged. It's years since I was closeted with a rugged one. Where's me torch?
Babette!
Do something.
I will when I find me torch. It's no use struggling, I've got a black belt.
It's mine. Get me out of here. You're supposed to be the magician.
Never mind him, I've got a few tricks of my own that will surprise you.
Now I would like you to concentrate very hard.
Who I am.
Not you, him.
She's got me socks off.
Sir, I would like you to think of a number.
999.
That's the emergency number.
What do you think this is?
Fancy still wearing them at this time of the year. Rugged he is, rugged.
Which service do you want? Fire, police, or ambulance?
Get the lot. Get the flaming lot. You'll need them by the time I finish with them.
Ambulance.
Ambulance?
You know why he wants an ambulance, don't you?
No.
I do.
Why does he need an ambulance?
Hospital request.
My name is Marlowe, Philip Marlowe, private eye. My other eye was in the kitchen watching that the potatoes didn't boil over. I was eating a rind of toast and marmalade. Something stuck in my gum and it really hurt. It was my own fault for not putting the lid on the marmalade when I'd cut my toenails the night before. The marmalade was pretty cut up about it. Things were tough. I opened my wallet and took out 1, 2, 3, 4. That was all I had in the world. 4 dead moths. I hadn't had a decent meal in over a week. Even the cat was half-starved. It had taken the lid off a tin of custard powder looking for the birds. There was a knock at the office door. I opened the door, and the figure standing before me was all of 6'2". Jet black hair, sleek back, big brown eyes, a scar on the left cheek, and one of those droopy-style Mexican mustaches with a small beard. She walked in. Her hands were shaking. I offered her a cigarette. She said I'd given them up a long time ago. Then she lit a cigar. After a while, she calmed down, took her coat off, and unfolded her tail. The cat jumped up on top of the filing cabinet. It was the usual heartbreak story. Her husband had fallen for a younger dame, a stripper at a club on the corner of 8th and 16th. She was a big girl. Her husband had told her right out that he hated the sight of her and wanted her right out of his life forever. He even laughed when he told her that he'd pay any guy $1,000 just to push her off the end of the pier. Life had kicked this dame right in the teeth. I haven't seen her for 3 days. It's a tough world out there. 100, 200, 300, can't trust anyone. 400, 500. It was cold on that pier. It's all there. Probably the last person in the world you can trust is Philip Marlowe, private eye.
Will you get me out of this cabinet? This woman's going berserk in here.
Oh, you cheeky devil, you rascal. Stop nibbling me ear and kissing me neck.
I'm not kissing your ear or nibbling your neck.
Why not? There's a sale on, help yourself. There's a few bargains going here.
I'm a married man with 8 children. Thank you.
Taxi! Taxi! Could you take me to the railway station as quickly as possible, please?
I could if I wanted, but I don't want to.
I'll miss the train.
I don't care. I'm in one of my funny moods.
My train leaves in 10 minutes. I'll miss it.
Why? Is it a friend of yours?
Please, I'll never catch it.
You will if you run quick.
I'm going to catch that train. I'm getting into the back of your cab, whether you like it or not.
You'll freeze to death.
What do you mean?
This is an ice cream van.
Mountain Rescue?
I'm sorry to trouble you. I'm speaking to you on a portable phone and hanging by one hand from the top of Snowdon with a 600-foot drop onto the rocks below.
I'll just check that with you, sir. Top of Snowdon.
Yes.
Sheer drop of 600 feet.
Yes.
And you're hanging on with one hand.
Yes.
Left or right?
Pardon?
Are you hanging on by your left or right hand, sir?
Oh, left.
I got that.
Tease up.
Oh, good man, Archie. I've got a fella here hanging from the top of Snowdon by one hand.
Oh, there's a lovely view from the top of snow.
You've got to have the weather for it.
Excuse me.
Ah, you're still there, sir?
I'm hanging on by 3 fingers now.
I see. Would you say that you are in danger of losing your grip and plunging 600 feet onto the rocks below?
On balance, I would say that is highly likely.
I see. Archie?
Hello.
Helicopter.
Have you got their number?
Use a bit of initiative. Have a look in the yellow pages.
Hello?
Sir?
I'm hanging on by 2 fingers now.
Here we are. Eating equipment, hi-fi dealers, herbalists.
Helicopter, Archie, helicopter. It'll be under E.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry to be a nuisance.
Sir, your safety is our concern.
It's just that I'm hanging on by 1 finger now.
Rest assured, sir, that our main duty is...
Electric engineers, elocution lessons.
We're doing everything that is humanly possible to help you. We are on full alert. Not many people realize that we of the Mountain Rescue Service have to undergo 6 months of the most intensive training in order to qualify for such an important position, which is why we are so proficient.
Enamel beaters. Enid's wool shop.
Enid's wool shop on the corner of Carriasson Street.
Aye, that's her.
I remember that shop when I was a kid.
Hello! I'm terribly sorry to trouble you again. If you've got a rush on, I could call back.
Sir, you can be assured that we are stretching every sinew, using all the very latest technology in order to...
Egg suppliers. Hearing aids.
We're using all the resources at our command.
I appreciate what you're trying to do in order to rescue me. It's just that I'm hanging on by my fingernail now.
Estate agents, exhaust fitted.
Excuse me.
It's all systems go here, sir. Don't go away.
That might not be easy.
Sir, we do pride ourselves on our professionalism. This is what we call Priority 1 Red Alert.
Entertainment centres, excavation contractors.
Hello? I'm getting a little bit concerned.
I've been through all the E's. There's no helicopters anywhere.
What comes after excavation contractors?
Let's have a look at funeral director.
Sir? Hello? Hello? I think you better give them a ring, Archie.
Can't you get this female monster off me?
Babette, you're a disgrace to your profession.
I am that.
Your behaviour is beneath contempt.
That's a fact. And I'll tell you something else for nothing. It'll get worse if I can find my torch. Oh!
Babette, have you no shame?
Not a scrap.
Will you come out of that cabinet?
Come back a week on Monday. Oh, he's bent me equity card.
I'm a highly respected member of the Magic Circle. Thank you.
Please help me.
What do you want me to do?
Not you, him. Help me.
Oh, right, the carpenter's here. He's going to take the lock off.
At last.
You rotten devil.
I'll soon have you out. Can you remove the lock and free this unfortunate man from inside the clutches of that terrible woman?
I could if I wanted, but I'm not going to. Howdy do. It's me again, Luciano Pavarotti. I like to sing for you.
You'll sing nothing. I've got better things to do, like read this letter from my mammy. Dear Jimmy, we had a bit of a scare this morning when next door's dog gave your father a nasty bite on the leg. Fortunately, there's no danger of a serious infection as we managed to get the dog to the vet in time. As you know, I'm complaining to the landlord about the walls in the bedroom. He came round yesterday to have a look for himself, and he was very good about it. He said, "You're quite right, you should have 4. I first noticed it myself a couple of weeks ago when your father turned over in his sleep and disappeared. Your Uncle John has lost his bus pass. He went to the council office and reported the loss, and they were very understanding. They've given him a pogo stick. The wig that your father got off the National Health is much too big. I told him not to take it back as it's cheaper than a hearthrug and looks great in front of the fire. Your father is still having problems with the Robin Reliant. This morning he was 2 hours trying to reverse it out of the cage. Young Tommy next door says he might be getting a Suzuki. I give him a tin of that pink ointment. He's hoping to go to university next year to study law if he gets off the breaking and entry charges. That's all for now. Love, Mammy. P.S., and there's more, don't forget it's your father's birthday last month. I know he wants a scarf. Don't buy one yet until I let you know what size he takes. On second thoughts, just ask for extra tight. Love, Mammy.
Up and when I first sang this aria from the Barber of Bridlington...
Once again, you were invited to join with me in searching out the many delights that one can only find in this beautiful Britain.
Get off your boat!
This week, our journey finds us in the old world village of Shorten Curly. Built on a hill overlooking the village is the Great Hall, home of the first Duke. This delightful residence is not open to the public, as the beds haven't been made. The infamous highwayman Dick Turpin is said to have been born here. His home is now the office of the local VAT inspector. There are many places of interest to visit here in Shorten Curly, many of them difficult to find. Who better to ask than the village postman? Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Do you know St. Olive's well?
I didn't know she'd been ill, sir.
Perhaps you can tell me what that rather splendid octagonal building is.
Built in 1823, sir.
And what is it exactly?
Surgical Appliance Foundry.
Surgical Appliance Foundry?
We are self-supporting, sir.
And the smaller wooden building next to it?
Only one of its kind in the country, sir.
Local industry?
Indeed it is, sir. That's where they make for the teddy bears.
Thank you. It's all hustle and bustle today with an air of great excitement, as today sees the crowning of the village Rose Queen.
I must say, Petunia, you looks the most beautiful Rose Queen as we've ever had. fair treat seated on your throne under the bower of primroses and the wild honeysuckle in your long golden hair. You looks a fair treat and no mistake.
Thank you.
You knows what to say when the squire kisses you on the cheek and announces you Rose Queen.
Thank you.
Petunia, your frock's up at the back.
Thank you.
And here comes the squire to be greeted in the time-honoured fashion by the villagers. Now the squire will be asked to crown the Rose Queen in a fashion which dates back to the 16th century.
Will you crown the Rose Queen, the prettiest of them all? Will you crown the Rose Queen outside the village hall?
I could if I wanted, but I'm not going to.
Let us pause and listen as two tillers of the soil discuss their day's labour over a 5-barred gate.
Toby,
Ben?
how many compost heaps do you reckon I've seen in my time?
I reckon you must have seen hundreds of compost heaps, Ben.
Thousands. But that one as you made is the prince of all compost heaps. That's the finest compost heap what I have ever clapped eyes on or put nose to. I'm stood 50 yards from it and me wellies is blistering. You put any on your rhubarb?
I was going to, but the wife had made custard.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you, gentlemen.
And what can we do for you, sir?
Nothing, not a thing. I just wanted to say, don't forget to join me at the same time next week for a look at this, beautiful Britain.
One of my greatest triumphs was when I was singing in the Sydney Opera House in Canada.
I'll give you £50 for the key to the box.
No.
I'll give you £100.
£100. I'll open the box.
Look, all £20 notes. £200 for the...
Well,
£1, £2, £300. How can you possibly refuse £300? It's yours. Here's the money. Take it.
Oh, well, I'm not sure. I'll open the box and take the money.
You can't do that. You have turned down £300. Very well. Let's open the box. Let's have a look at what's inside.
At last! I'm free! I'm free!
Hey, you rotten devil, why didn't you take the money? I was having the time of my life in there.
Could we have the next contestant, please? Hello?
I'll do.
Now, you understand that you mustn't say yes or no or nod your head. If you do, Jody will bang the gong.
Right.
Ready with the gong, Jody?
I'm ready with me gong.
Right. 1 minute, starting from now.
If he says yes or no, I'll bang the gong.
We know that. Are you married?
Oh, you know I'm not.
I'm talking to him.
All right.
And your name is Ozzy?
Yes.
Come on, Jody.
Where to? I mean, I can't go anywhere. I've got to bang this gong if he says yes or no. Or nods his head.
But we've had a yes.
I gotcha.
Not me, him.
Money for old rope, this is. My minute's nearly up and I haven't said a dicky bird.
What did you bang the gong for?
But he said bird.
He's allowed to say bird, Jody.
Is he?
Yes. Jody, that was me who said yes.
Oh, I thought it were him.
No.
Bang the gong, bang the gong.
He didn't say yes.
That's true.
Bang it, bang it.
What for? Did he say something?
No. Jody, will you listen to me? Right. Listen very carefully. I can say yes, I can say no, but he can't say yes or no. If he does, you gong him. Now, sir, you were born in Birkenhead.
True.
What did you gong him for?
I coughed.
You don't gong a cough, Jody.
Oh, do you not? Oh, you never mentioned that. Oh, I'll have it right in a tick.
In a tick, in a tick. You haven't got a tick left. My minute's up. Box 13.
I'll give you...
Box 13.
I'm offering you here and now, in your hand, £500 for the key to box 13.
Not in your life, mate. It's either the car or the 2 weeks in Hawaii. That's what's in that box 13. All the good ones are in that box.
What should he do?
I'll open the box.
Your last chance. £500.
On your bike. I'll open the box.
Very well. Let's go and see what's inside box 13. I'll bet you're all excited.
Yes.
It's too late now.
Flummoxed I am, flummoxed.
Will you open the box and let me see what I've won? Open it.
I'm opening box 13 now. Let's have a look. Turn around and face the audience.
What is it? What is it?
This.
Hello, I'm a stupid man.
Will you get lost with that gong, you stupid woman?
She can't help it. It's because her head's full of Jolly Robins.
Ladies and gentlemen, music lovers the world over, would you please welcome the happiest married couple in show business, the much-loved singing duo of Daphne and Cyril Billington. Good evening, Daphne.
I'm afraid Daphne can't be with us tonight, dear chap.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Where is Daphne?
Rehearsing.
Rehearsing what?
How to walk without falling over.
You mean?
As a newt. I knew we were in for one of her off days, first thing this morning when she poured Guinness over her cornflakes.
Hey, I heard that, cockleheads. You talk about me, look at him. I've seen more meat on a knitting needle. You great prune. You wouldn't fetch 25p on the Antiques Roadshow.
Oh, dearie me. She makes Oliver Reed look like an Ovaltine.
A busy summer season ahead?
He has that, Blackpool. If you see him, he might give you a free ride on his pigging donkey.
I've never seen a walking off licence before.
Walking off licence? Walking rotten off licence?
Yes.
I give up.
I think we all do. That was Jimmy's Cricket Team, starring Jimmy Cricket.
Thank you.
With Bill Pertwee. Thank you. Peter Goodright.
Thank you.
And Noreen Kershaw.
Thank you.
The script was written by Eddie Braben. He's the writer. He's not going to see himself short of a few bob. The show was produced in Manchester by Mike Craig. I suppose that's about right. Yes.
Reach the sky, and in my dreams they'll fade and die. Fortune's always hiding. I've looked everywhere, but I just keep on blowing bubbles. I'm forgetting all my little troubles. I'm forever, ever, and ever blowing bubbles. Lots of pretty bubbles, big fat bubbles in the